This is the sandwich that sort of like did it for us. It got most of the attention. I think it's a love-hate relationship with some people.
Hi everybody, my name is Angelina and I'm at Birdbox in San Francisco. I'll be talking with Chef Chris and Chef Artie today about their fried chicken. Let's go check it out. Do you want to tell us how Birdbox got started?
I mean, it's a pandemic restaurant, so our sister restaurant, Birdsong, we were forced to shut down. And what we didn't want to do at Birdsong was box up our tasting menu like every other restaurant was doing. Like, it's wasteful, it's a pain, doesn't represent the food very well. We had about like 50 chickens hanging in our dry age. We decided just to put our heads down and go 100% into fried chicken and really kind of just bringing like our level of cooking to a fast casual concept that generally it's not seen very often, you know.
And how long were you working on the recipe for the fried chicken?
You know, 6 to 8 months, give or take. I feel like I'm still working on it now. So we'll take the marinated chicken here. We don't want to bread this part because we want it to look nice and clean.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll hold it by the leg and then we'll go down. This is where the leg is and that's where the thigh starts.
Right.
And then we keep the foot. Let's see, here.
So I feel like I see a lot of people asking, can you eat the foot?
Oh yeah, I like to eat the cartilage off the foot.
Yeah, me too. So I'm actually Hmong and I'm Korean. So Hmong people, we eat like just chicken feet all the time.
Yeah.
And so this is like very normal for me.
So honestly, the best part of the foot is right there where it attaches.
Yeah.
This is where the knuckle is and all the cartilage. When I'm done eating my sandwich, I rip this off and then I bite off that cartilage right there and I usually eat right until here. And you can see all that texture, that's what we're looking for.
All of that.
Those beautiful, you know, we call them waves, all those ripples.
Okay.
And that's cool. There's such a backstory to everything that gets put onto the table. Claude The Claw, visually striking and definitely draws a lot of attention. You know, people either love it or hate it. But the frequently asked question is why? Like why? What's the point? So we only buy whole chickens, and you know, we intentionally buy chickens with head on, feet on, just as we would buy fish. You know, we want to look at the feet. We want to look at the head. We want to make sure that this bird has been treated properly and raised properly. The more information that we can see, the more confident in the product that we're serving. And that is the whole point. So rather than take it off, we were like, how do we make the guests know that like, this is a step in the process that we put a lot of time into.
I think my favorite part of hearing you talk is that you don't necessarily have an agenda, but you just abide by your own missions and values.
Exactly. This is really the fundamental of Birdbox. It's how it started. You know, it's inspiration behind everything. All of our energy goes into sourcing great chicken. So this is a mixture of chicken fat, falcon spice, which is a spice mix that we make here. It's basically a mixture of dried chilies, fermented chilies that we grind up and we mix with a couple different variations of yeast, which is like a natural MSG.
And how long do you ferment it?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, we'll ferment it with the chilies. We build up lactic acid, and then from there we'll introduce miso, and then that has koji on it, and then go another month.
Wow.
So you have kind of 2 different fermentation methods in one sauce.
Wow.
3 different types of chilies, a couple fresh and dried. 2 different types of peppercorns, dried chilies, Fresno chilies, about like 13 ingredients.
Did you start developing these sauces when you were making the chicken recipes?
Yeah, we did these all at Birdsong and then evolved them to scale them in a restaurant like this.
Yeah.
And for future restaurants too.
Do you have a favorite sauce?
I like that black magic, but if for French fries, I would use a yayo.
Oh, right, this one. You guys really focus on experience, so even down to the box and how that was manufactured, how that was really intentional.
actually started thinking about the box, I want to say close to a year before our opening.
Wow.
More because we were excited about the design of it.
How many designs did you go through?
I want to say maybe 4 to 5 different iterations of it. So
Yeah.
we had to figure out the dimensions of what was going to go inside it. So we had to figure out like, oh, how big is the bun going to be? How big are the chickens going to be? How heavy? So it was like a whole like bottom-up process of like figure out the size of the product.
So from start to finish, how long does it take for you to put in an order for the box and for it to arrive?
To get to this final version of the box, maybe 8 to 9 months. We also just wanted to include like little fun surprises. You know, like when you open, there's our little line here.
Yeah. What does
reading
it
the
say?
story.
Set the bar, check the box.
Birds that check the box.
Nice.
Like when I eat a fried chicken sandwich, I look for a bun that's gonna, wrap the chicken wonderfully. It's not gonna fall apart.
Right.
You're not worried about it like dripping everywhere. Like this is the art.
Yes.
About how the sandwich
How it
is-
maintains its.
Yeah, how it can be eaten. The flavor and whether it's going to be delicious or not is expected, I really am just interested in the sandwich as a whole and like how we got there. Okay, so we have our buns. This is our recipe. It's a potato bun that we partner with Firebrand Bakery out of Oakland, which they bake for us on a daily basis, fresh. This is yayo sauce. We get this name because it's basically mayo seasoned with yeast. We'll put this on one side of the bun. Bread and butter pickles, which are made for us weekly. So we'll have sweet pickle from the pickles, and then lactic acid from the fermentation of the sauerkraut. A little bit of salt, celery seed, and then some of our buttermilk dressing here with a little Worcestershire sauce and dried chives and garlic and parsley. So when we assemble, we always put the palm side of the bird down. It's about an 8 to a 9 ounce sandwich, so it's pretty big. Gently flip it over, press down lightly, and then we wrap it real tight. And then you got pickles coming out the top, the bun, and that's Claude.
I want to ask about your manifesto too. So you as a chef, like how do you like to cook and respect the ingredients?
Well, when you're a young chef, everything's so visual focused. It's just all you do is think of cooking as an art. And then as you mature as a chef, you realize that the art isn't actually what's on the plate, at least for me. The art is the process of getting it to the plate. The best feeling for me is when I get to the restaurant at 6:30 in the morning and there's 18 pots of just like bones roasting, broth simmering, the fire's lit, the restaurant smells like smoke a little bit, the air is seasoned, and everything just working simultaneously, properly. The sound of the butcher downstairs slamming a cleaver against the block. And I know in like 11 hours, all of these things are gonna come together to create something like this. That is the arts to me. It's something that no one other than the chef gets to experience. And that's what really makes cooking special.